We are into Scorpio season. This is a magical time that brings us an opportunity to face our deepest shadows and to accept them and to grow with them instead of away from them. This season teaches us how to become our own shamans, alchemists, and psychologists as we travel to the deepest layers of our beings. As the sun sits in the energy of Scorpio, it brings us the courage to face our whole selves and the willingness to be honest about every aspect of our energy. This season feels very intense at times as we ride the waves of Scorpio, but the turmoil is worth it as we discover forgotten pieces of our souls and we heal the foundation of our hearts. I love how theatrical I get sometimes. As we begin this new season, take the calmness and the balance that we had with Libra season and the offering I gave you with the moon offering that I gave you. It is from this form of inner harmony that we can truly begin to do the work on this with the Scorpio season that it has to offer. So return to your breath and your body when you need to, and always remember that you have the power to return to peace. Ruled by the Pluto and Mars, Scorpio brings us face to face with the raw truth of life. It brings up more challenging topics of existence that we often choose to ignore, simply because it's more comfortable to avoid than to work through it all. During Scorpio season, everything comes up to the surface, and we have the choice either to work with it, what is it normal, or hide and run away from it. Unfortunately, running isn't an option. You can only run for so long. So eventually our shadows catch up with us and we have to confront them one way or another. So Scorpio season is the opportunity, and you're all going to do it because I know and I believe in you, to take that deep work in the shadow self, to work with these energies before they muddle our lives and they block our highest intentions. At this time, it's the time to see what lies in front of us and let go of what's been holding us back from our conscious minds as it controls us and our senses. Scorpio reminds us that whether we face them or not, hidden energies exist, bringing in self-doubt and sabotage our efforts to manifest our lives. The only way we can deal with these energies is to face them. Through the awareness, we can accept them and transmute them. Only after we reveal our shadows are we free to build our intentions on a sturdy foundation. And we need that sturdy foundation in our root chakra. This is the season for those revelations. Shadow work is some of the deepest work that we can do on ourselves. It is the integral part of our healing process, and it is necessary. And it complements everything that you're doing as a spiritual being. If you choose to leave the shadow work and focus on other modalities, you will end up in an infinite loop of repeating patterns. Only through going deep within and facing our darkest shadows can we break the conditioned patterns and the self-sabotaging cycles that block our highest potential. While shadow work needs to be done alongside of other practices, it is essential for energetic transmutation and evolution that we work with it and we acknowledge it every single day. Our shadows is where we place anything and everything that was too overwhelming, frightening, and intense when we originally experienced it. Most of our shadows were formed in childhood, but they can also be formed in adulthood. If, for instance, a child experiences an emotion they do not understand and they do not get the guidance from their caregiver on how to process it, or worse, they are punished for displaying that emotion, the child disassociates, disconnects from the emotion. It then becomes part of the child's shadow. Our shadows also hold parts of ourselves we are ashamed of and cannot bear to face. We do not want to identify with these aspects of ourselves, so we separate from them by acting like they don't exist. But they do, because they always come to the surface. When we look at our shadows from the compassionate place and viewpoint, we can see that they are all the energies that we don't didn't have the ability to confront at the time. And they are the things that were too much to experience in the moment because we didn't have the tools to work through them. So we packed them away deep down and placed them there far away in our conscious and left them there. The trick of the shadow, though, is that as long as an energy remains there, it always has the ability to control us. It is attached to us and affects us until we unpack it and accept that it is part of us. The first part of understanding our shadow is knowing that it remains within us all at all of the times. Just out of our conscious, but it's out of our conscious view. And it works through our subconscious mind. Your shadow is responsible when you have an intense reaction to something and you don't know why. It causes you to have, basically your subconscious is bringing everything to your fruition and it's your judgment. And it can cause you to attract uncertain types of people and behaviors into it because of your trauma. Your shadow wants to be seen, and Scorpio season is the time for it. Working with your shadow, though, requires courage, support, and compassion. That's what I'm here for. Before beginning shadow work, make sure that you feel centered in your body. Use the tools you have gained in Libra season to bring yourself into balance. Also, make a list of people who support you. Me being one. Try to have weekly talks with them about the work that you are doing. Enlisting the support of trusted therapists can also be beneficial when you're working with your shadows, especially if they become overwhelming or they take over the majority of your thoughts. Remember to have compassion for yourself during this work. Accepting your shadows without judgment is key for transmuting it. As you work with your shadows throughout Scorpio season, be honest with yourself. Scorpio asks for you for the raw truth. Be willing to see and accept aspects of yourself that you ran away from. Explore your emotions with intense curiosity and without judgment. Acknowledge the pain, your shame, your regrets. Notice and confront your triggers. If someone or something causes a reaction within you, ask yourself why and get ready to be honest with the answer. See every reaction as an opportunity to learn something about yourself and to form a new pattern. Also, when we experience one emotion, go deeper and find the emotion behind the feeling. Often when we experience an emotion, it is a reaction to a trigger. When we explore the emotion more, we find another emotion, the one we've been avoiding. This feeling is actually the primary or fundamental emotion, which is the shadow. Notice if you have shame around this experiencing of the shadow emotion, and help and hold space for yourself to explore it. As you get to the bottom of your emotions, you acquire the ability to transmute the energy into something else. This is where to become like the magician yourself in the Scorpio and shine through. When you feel a thing, you avoid feeling it and you actually shift into something else. You have free will and you have the energy to allow yourself to become another version of yourself. So Scorpio is not about letting go, or neither is the shadow work. It's about looking at what really is and shifting into something that helps you to become who you are meant to be. As you go on this beautiful, soulful journey here on this gorgeous planet, as the gorgeous goddess you are, shift and move through all the beautiful energies that are out there. You have been warned. It can get deep. It can get dark. It can get gruesome. It can get snotty and cry. But that's okay, because you are in this container. You are in this safe space to work through it, and you are now aware of everything that you need to work through and shift through. And you're going to embrace it with both arms because you're ready. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it rolling. You are ready. Strap yourself in. I've always said it's going to be a bumpy ride. So enjoy it.